Screens are on every digital device. They create a display that the user can understand from a digital input such as a separate cable or an internal input. Here are examples of screens and the pros and cons. An example is a mobile. It is portable, but also it has a small screen and can be scratched or break. Another example is a projector. You can make it quite big and also portable, but the cons are it needs something to connect it to. Pads are usually controllers. Console controllers is a controller that usually has various action buttons on them. They are usually made by the company who made the accompanying console, or controllers were made stand-alone by a third party. Earlier controllers were heavier and less ergonomic. For example, the N64 controller. It had 3 handles and was so large that you had to move your hand to access buttons. But today controllers like the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4 controllers have 2 handles and you can access all buttons without moving your hand. Controllers, especially early on, were sometimes made from a third party or custom controllers. All gamers that use controllers use similar controllers. 1. They have limited buttons, and 2. These controls work the best. Most controller gamers, mostly on consoles, only have set control schemes and are not configurable. Controllers are good for competitive play because all buttons can be accessed quickly and all players have the same controller to do it, so the game is fair. Here are some examples of pads. 1 is a controller. The pros of a controller: it is ergonomic, accurate, easy to learn. The cons of a controller is that it is limited amount of keys or buttons. Another one is a trackpad, the laptop. Accurate and easy to use, and the cons are not easy to play games with, can pick up essential signals even if touched by another part of body. Another one is graphic tablets. Easy for drawing, generally easy to use. Cons as are only useful for a drawing game, not many games support it, and not meant for gaming. Keyboards are used to type and add input into a computer. Different keyboards have different ergonomic designs that suit different people and their needs. A cheap flat keyboard will be easy to understand but will not be comfortable for gaming for long period of time or may not be fit for gaming at all. However, a gaming keyboard is much more comfortable and even made for gaming. A keyboard has lots of keys on it, which gives extra control options. Keyboards can also allow quick chat in games, as typing is a lot faster than selecting individual letters. Some keyboards have comfort attachments like cushions so you can rest your arms on a sofa surface. Some games allow the user to customize their keys to controls. There are different types of keyboards that suit different types of players. MMO, action, racing keyboards. Keys are easy to access so allow quick reactions as long as you do not miss a key. Here are some examples of pros and cons of a keyboard. An example of a keyboard is a console keyboard. It is portable. The cons are it has a small case and is hard to type with. Another example of a keyboard is a laser keyboard. It is portable, but the cons are it is unreliable. Another example is a laptop keyboard. It usually comes with a laptop, which is a good thing, and the other side, it cannot be used with any other keyboard. And finally, a PC keyboard. It is also portable, but the cons are it can take up too much space. Joysticks are mainly used for arcade games and flight simulation games. Joystick is a controller with a big control stick and maybe 2 buttons. They are also used in real simulations and actual flights. Here are examples of where joysticks are found and their pros and cons. An example of a joystick is an arcade joystick. The pros is that it's easy to use, The cons is that it's simple and cannot achieve precision. Another example is a flight. The pros is that it is very precious, but the cons is that it's expensive. Pointing devices are devices used to point, collect, select, and use with a particular screen. The mouse is a pointing device that is used with computers. The mouse uses a motion sensor to detect movement. It is used in most games to accurately turn a character, and it can be used to click and drag certain items. Putting controls on the mouse, which is typically used in the right hand, frees up the keyboard for the other hand to use. The mouse you have is usually up to performance. However, some mouse output data faster than the others, which decrease latency, improving gameplay. An example of a pointer is a Wii controller and a sensor, and another one is a laser gun. Motion detection controls has been introduced with the Kinect and Wii, and first then the PlayStation Move. It requires the player to move to interact with the objects on the screen. However, it has not been received well, except from the Wii, because of the lack of games for the technology. Here are some examples of motion detectors and their pros and cons. An example is Kinect. It is very precious, but it requires too much room. Another one is PlayStation Move. It is smooth and carries very little delay, but it requires a controller. Headsets are used for many different ways: music, TV, film, and even games. In games, they are used to communicate with your team and friends. They are also used to hear some audio in a higher quality and for surround sound.